back to this whole COVID thing, though. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I'm 50-50 with it now. Like, I've kind of just gotten to the point where I'm just kind of fed up. And I mean, like,
you got your first vaccine, so you
that's why. Good. But that's part of the reason why was because I got so fed up about it. Stop putting your hand up, bro. We ain't in school.
I'm about to bring it back.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Your question about if you think that's right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he didn't answer.
Oh my bad.
So
if the government's doing like everything they can to kind of control it.
Yeah.
I feel like they're kind of justified in a sense. Like if they're sending out checks every month, everybody's paid for it. They're like, okay, we're giving you everything you need to just stay back. We're trying to figure this stuff out.
Yeah.
And then people are still going out, like full cars and stuff pulling out. I feel like
that's a really great point.
You're really right about that.
I think that like when you talk about people not trusting the government, that's a whole thing too. It's like the way that some governments have been handling it has been like terrible. Like you like look Ontario, I feel like is like that point of like you can see a government
Doug Ford
scrambling to just put together something. Yeah. And like they're panicking about okay, we gotta go back to a lockdown. We gotta go back to a lockdown. We gotta go back to a lockdown. And it's like you can go back to as many lockdowns and like everything that people are saying, like, conspiracy-wise, like, these lockdowns, I don't believe in, like, that shit, but I'd be like, yeah, if you just have lockdowns and you're not actually creating solutions to the problems that are present.
You're just putting Band-Aids on that shit.
You're making your Band-Aids for, a
leak, solution. Yeah, on a leak. Like, literally, that's just not
you can't, you have to actually create something that's going to happen. Like, Doug Ford needs to be like, we need to sit down and we need to actually create a plan of how we're going to deliver this. That's why I feel that's like I think the biggest thing is like there hasn't been like a government that's been like these are our plans and our steps of how we're actually going to roll out the vaccine. There's plans for how we're going to limit the amount of people and capacity. Like those are plans.
They love to do that.
They love to do that shit, control you, but like that to a point is like you also need to create a solution for people to like get the vaccinations, reevaluate. You should be reevaluating.
Like how many times before Corona, in the middle of the night even, we would get those alerts on our phones from missing person or something. How come there's nothing like that? Alerts for vaccine available, shit like that.
I feel that. Honestly, so can to an extent, can we just say that like
they could
Canada
do that if
and
they
a lot
wanted
of
to.
Can we not say like a lot of governments are just showing how incompetent they are?
100%.
They could totally do that if they wanted to.
Yeah.
Right? Amber Alert, whatever it is, emergency fucking thing. Yo, vaccine availability in these locations. You list from northwest, south, and east. You send it to every single. You have that power to send literally a message to every single phone.
But here's my fear for that.
Times. It doesn't matter. But if they did it, there's certain people that are just ignorant. So they're like, it's not available. It's hard to get to a doctor right now. It's hard to see. That they think because of the news that the hospitals are packed, ERs are packed. That's not the fucking case. Yeah. That's what the hysteria is. Majority of the times, if you go, you can go.
But I mean, like, to an extent, though, isn't that kind of bad, though? Because, like, if they gave out a mass alert like that, don't you think it would, like... Think about every time you've heard that Amber Alert, it freaks the fuck out of most people because it's unexpected, right?
It doesn't matter.
So, like, I feel like that low-key would create a sense of mass hysteria itself because now everybody's going to be rushing
but it needs
to that
in places
point.
like Ontario.
Now all of a sudden, instead of, like, somewhere where it's like a 30... Hold on. Somewhere where it's like a 30, 40-minute wait, now all of a sudden, everybody and their mama's rushing to it and it becomes a 2-3 hour wait. And now you're also having people all in close contact, which could spread it, right?
But that's better than throwing out all that stuff.
Yes, I agree. So you're 100% right, but that's
so there's
why
ways
they
you
need
can
to
fix
open up those field fucking places. You have multiple locations, and you send that out. Like, there's ways they could do this really well.
I was gonna say if they fix it up a bit,
to build on Jaylin's point, like, you have the mass hospitals, but you can also be like, you can also like, you don't even have to send the alerts to be like, these are locations where you can get it. You can be like, now the vaccine has been open to X, Y, Z, and you don't have to make it like an Amber Alert. You don't have to. You can make it in a system where it's like you send out a mass text to everybody and be like, okay, the X, Y, Z, now it's available to people in your age group, or this age group is now available.
Isn't that technically what they're doing right now?
No.
If you watch the press, when you watch the press releases, like when they're like, "Okay, we're now allowing 2B."
No, bro. We're talking about you get a message on your phone.
Yeah.
The technology is available. The reason they're not doing it is because they just don't want to. It is available. Why do I get a message when there's a tornado coming? Why do I get a message when there's a thunderstorm or a kid missing or something's happening or whatever it is? This is a fucking global pandemic beyond anything we've ever seen in our entire lives. The fact that you can't tell me that we have just received 1.5 million shipments of vaccines, or I have to sit there and wait in a press conference
to hear
that
this.
takes another 35 to 45 minutes before they really start,
and they
then
show up
people
late.
log off and don't fucking watch.
I get it. Okay, so that to that point, okay, when you put it like that, I
if you just sent the direct information to people, maybe people that don't give a fuck, don't look at the news, don't care, because a lot of people have turned that shit off. Me, my mother, a lot of people in my family, included, and people I know because they're sick of the hysteria.
The amount of people I've had to argue with about the new restrictions. Like a guy in my work was saying, "Oh, patios aren't open." I was like, "No, look into it."
Bro,
and he was just going off like what he heard.
We were just trying to go to a patio today. They're fucking packed. It's a 45-minute to hour and a half wait. Literally, we were told on the phone, and we're like, "Alright, fuck that. We're gonna go get some SFC."
Yes, sir. Shout out SFC, yo.
Shout out.
We got our chicken
SFC.
back here.
Soul Fried Chicken. That's Korean fried chicken. Go check them out. Gateway.